Hello viewers, I don't want all of you to get the wrong impression about me. I made this last video on hijab and I don't want anyone to think that I am against hijab. I am a Muslim woman who believes in a woman's right to choose her own clothing. She can choose to wear hijab and should not be discriminated, and she should also be able to choose not to wear hijab and should not be discriminated. That is all. So today we have a really fun session with this Islamic influencer. So I started making these videos on Islam since I'm coming closer to my deen, and I will share my journey and where I am in my deen with you guys. I think it's long due. I'm going to share it most probably in the next couple of videos. So I started making videos about Islam and this guy came up in my feed and he really reminded me of Andrew Tate. His style, he's very entertaining, but some of his views, actually majority of his views, are highly debatable, even though he's very popular. So his channel has 1 million plus views. Let me see. I never even knew he existed, but now he's all on my feed. It's hard to resist him, and this one, I really want to talk about this video that he did because it talks about girls' education and hijab. He has how many? He has a lot of subscribers. Must have multiple channels. Yeah, he has 1.2 million subscribers. I think he is the most followed Muslim influencer. So let's get started.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't start the Surah Tawbah with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm not going to start this video with any greetings or anything like that. These evil countries. I watched this video and it boiled my blood. Wallahi, I felt like driving to France and going to that school and standing in front of that school and telling the sisters, don't take your hijabs off, my dear sisters.
As it's very explanatory that he is very bothered by this.
Don't take it off. Don't let this evil, corrupt government who believes in freedom of speech, yes, or freedom of dressing how you want. Of course you can. I mean, if you are a woman,
I'm in no way supporting people who are not allowing those girls to wear hijab. But since I'm reacting on his video, a majority of Muslims believe and fight for a women's freedom and talks all about women's freedom when she wants to wear hijab. But when it's the other way around, the whole story switches. So they use freedom for women only when it's working for them. And how is it working for him? He's going to open up about it later. So let's watch more.
Wants to transition into a girl and wants to dress up in a miniskirt, you go ahead. If you want to, cut your bodily parts, whatever it may be, because you feel like you're a woman or a man, you go ahead. Take puberty blockers, harm your body. It's all good. Wear miniskirts, bikini, walk naked. It's all good. But if you wear the hijab, no. Here is a video that will boil your blood. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroy these people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroy these people who oppress people just because they want to obey their Lord.
So just see like how he's completely turning it around, and it's not only him. I'm just using him as an example. There are a lot of Muslims who do use the same speech. Like they are going to talk about they are oppressing women, forcing women, and they are not allowing women to use their freedom. However, they completely switch when a woman's freedom is taken away and she is forced to wear hijab, like in Iran. And I doubt him or anyone like him speak about when Masha Amini allegedly killed by police officers brutally just because she was not wearing hijab. Just for that. There's so many women being beaten, being killed. They are exposed to so much violence just because they choose not to wear hijab. So have you ever seen any of these influencers talk about freedom at that time? No. They only talk about women's freedom is when women are doing things they want them to do. Like he believed that a woman should be covered. So he'll only talk about a woman's freedom when she is doing something that he believes in. This is not freedom. This is called hypocrisy. Freedom is when you believe in everyone's freedom. Like for me, I'm a big human right advocate. I'm like up for freedom for everyone. If a person is wearing hijab, fine. It works for them, fine. If they're wearing niqab, I'm perfectly fine. If they're very little bit of their eye holes are showing and that's what make them feel closer to God, yes, it's okay. It's between them and God, and a girl can choose whatever she wants to wear. And if a girl is wearing like short skirts or jeans or shorts, if that's what she decides to do, it's up to her. Every freedom should be like 360 degrees. It should not be like only here. Freedom should be only when a girl wants to wear hijab. She should have the freedom and right to wear hijab. However, when she wants to not wear hijab, that freedom is completely taken away.
This is the sign, my sisters. Subhanallah. Those are sisters from France where they are asked to remove their hijab before going into a school. Subhanallah. But what you are saying is actually worse than what you think. Those videos are from the news asking the school to forbid even the abaya that they're wearing. Like, why are they removing the scarf and not the abaya? This is what they're talking about. This is the sign for you, my sisters.
So you can see like how they are removing their hijab and going inside. I really don't know. I haven't researched that specific situation. I know it's a big thing, women in France not able to wear hijab, which is wrong. I think like it's wrong. If a girl thinks it's a religious obligation for her to wear hijab, she should be allowed to wear hijab.
Why am I this? I'm so sorry. This might sound selfish. This might sound just in the moment, I'm just being rash.
Okay, so just did you hear what he said? It may sound selfish. I'm going to add something about psychiatry. I don't know if you guys have heard about Freudian slips. So what Freudian slips is that when a person unintentionally slips certain words that are from his unconscious desires. So right now he said he may be selfish. Whatever he's saying, it's out of selfishness. And I just do not understand how this whole situation is serving him. I'm still not able to understand that, but let's find out.
Wallahi, it's better you don't go to school. Wallahi, it is better that you do not go to school and take the hijab off. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide for you. If your parents are...
Did he really say that? So he's saying that since those people are telling you cannot wear hijab, just don't go to school, okay? And just sit at home and Allah will provide for you. So Quran doesn't say that just sit and I'm going to do everything for you. No. So how many times, that's why I made my hijab video first. So whenever I'm going to talk about these topics, I can reference about it. So in the entire Quran, there are only 2 verses addressing women attire. One verse was when women were getting harassed, and that verse was delivered to Prophet Muhammad because he asked for advice. The other verse is from Surah Nur, and it is addressing men first and then it addresses women. And in that verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that cover your breast area or your cleavage with your headscarf. Never said that start wearing headscarf. Headscarf was part of the culture. So the whole focus is on covering your cleavage. Even if someone illogically, as like a lot of Muslims do think that it means that you should be covering your head too, even though Quran doesn't say that. Even if you stretch it to that, it's only 1 verse in the entire Quran. And how many verses are there saying that gain knowledge? I think knowledge comes in Quran, the word ilm, which means knowledge, is around 80 times. I believe 70 or 80 times. The first verse that was delivered to Prophet Muhammad was read in the name of thy Lord. So how much emphasis Quran is putting on gaining knowledge, reflecting, trying to understand everything. Not only Islamic knowledge, general like knowledge about the whole universe. And education is such an important part of it. And he's telling these women, just because they are not letting you wear hijab, you should just stop going to school. Please give me a rational explanation to this. And this is one of the Islamic influencer who has 1+ million followers. And of course, a lot of Muslim people. I'm very, very deeply connected in Muslim society. I know how they think. I am Muslim from generations. So I know their mind. And I know this is the thinking of so many Muslims. Unfortunately, I wish I can see a Muslim brother fight like this for a women education. Please show me a video in which a guy who has the same beliefs put this kind of fight for a women education. We will be living in a completely different world if that is happening. No, that doesn't happen. You always see these kind of emotional videos when it comes to a women hijab. Never for anything else. Okay, so let's continue.
Allah, do you have trust in His words? Allah saying He will provide for you. In many places, His earth is vast. If you are going to put the dunya before the hereafter, you're going to lose the dunya and the hereafter.
He's so wrong, like so wrong. It's not that those girls are going clubbing. It's an obligation. Quran puts an obligation for education and knowledge. They are not partying. They are not taking their hijab off as free will. They are forced to take it off and they are choosing, like this is their reality. Either not go to school without hijab or not go to school. They're choosing the smart option that they are going to school without hijab and their parents are supporting it. Thankfully, they have like a open, broad, smart mindset, a logical mindset. It's not that they are forced not to practice their religion. They are free to practice all the 5 pillars of Islam. They are free to practice the entire Islam. So how are they getting out of their deen? And what he is saying to have tawakkul on Allah. So if a Muslim has full tawakkul on Allah, they can believe and they can pray. And they can just leave it up to God, that the God will do justice and eventually they will have freedom to wear hijab in their schools too. Just like girls here in America wear hijab in schools. They're free to wear hijab if they want to. So they can just leave that tawakkul and pray that it will happen with them in France too. Why should they stop going to school? So I think that was all, but this was the most illogical video I have seen so far with such a famous influencer. I'm like literally, I'm shocked that so many people are supporting him. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please keep the comment section respectful and I would love to hear your point of view. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.